This is the Resistance.
What's up, everyone? Tin Man with the Worldwide Resistance Network. If you are watching this, you are the Resistance. And welcome to the Roundtable, where me, Revan, and oftentimes Connor get together and we discuss current events and allow you, the audience, to join in on the conversation. And that could have come out way better, don't you think? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Revan's got a pretty good idea for a topic tonight. Revan, why don't you go ahead and take it away?
After 700 years,
You are muted, my friend.
The Knights Templar have returned to the Vatican.
Okay, try that again.
After 700 years, the Knights Templar have...
I am not hearing you, bro.
Can't?
Like, legit, I am not hearing you.
Huh.
I'm going to remove you and re-add you.
Okay. All right. Good.
Try that again.
Good.
I cannot hear you. Like, legit, I cannot hear you, bro.
Let me restart.
I don't know what the hell happened. I cannot hear you at all. See what's going on in here. Try again. I don't know what's going on, bro. Shit. You can hear me fine? I don't know what the hell happened here, but I think Revan's frozen. I think his stuff froze. Like, he's frozen. Apologies for the technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. Try this again. Oh, I hear something.
Oh, nice, man. Okay, good.
There we go. What happened?
Oh, no.
I don't know, man. Whatever the topic is, man, your mystery topic.
Yeah.
Apparently got somebody's attention.
Let me
your ass.
let me say it again here. After 700 years, the Knights Templar have returned to the Vatican.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, for those who don't know, the Knights Templar existed in what, the early 1200s?
That would be the 1119.
Okay, 1119, and they fought in the Crusades. You know, they were a big part of the Crusades.
And their
After
fall,
that, they kind of faded into obscurity, right?
yeah, their fall was from 1307 to 1314.
Okay, do we know what caused their fallout?
King Philip of France. He was in debt to the Templars, and so he ended up murdering them one by one.
Oh, wow. I
It's
guess
over debt.
that's one way to get out of paying your debt.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I owe you money. Yeah, you're going to go bye-bye now.
This is from the cookiesandcowpies.com.
Okay. So the Templars are back now. How the hell did this come about?
In a striking moment of historical reconciliation, modern Knights Templar, representing a chivalric orders inspired by the original medieval brotherhood, were officially welcomed back to the Vatican in September of this year, over 700 years after their dramatic downfall. This event unfolds at the Holy Door of St. Peter's Basilica, Basilica. Yeah, symbolizes a profound gesture of forgiveness, revival, and allegiance amid global challenges. Dressing in white tunic, blazoned in red cross, carrying relics and banners, hundreds of Templars from organizations like Templari Augie and the Knights Templar International cross the threshold in a process that echoes their ancient role as protectors, as pilgrims, defenders of the faith.
Okay, so they've been forgiven and welcomed back into the Order of the Vatican. That's really nice of them. It's like, oh yeah, even though you're the original Knights Templar have been dead for the better part of a millennium, we'll forgive you. Yeah. Wow.
Well,
it's interesting considering the Vatican wasn't under the king.
Yeah.
What hypocrisy.
They were the originators of banking. They were the originators and godfathers of banking.
Really, the Templars were?
Yeah.
Huh.
From glory to persecution, let's rewind to the 14th century. Founded in 1119 by poor fellow soldiers of Christ and the Temple of Solomon, Knights Templar began as a monastic military order to safeguard Christian pilgrims during their crusades. Endorsed by the Catholic Church in 1139, they amassed wealth, power, and land across Europe and the Holy Lands, became elite bankers and warriors. What? Will you chill out? What?
Quit playing with your pussy on camera.
Stinky pussy. And the fall, 1307, 1314, on Friday, October 13th, 1307, King Philip of France, indebted the Templars, launched a brutal crackdown and arresting hundreds of fabricated charges of heresy, adultery, worshiping Baphomet, and immorality. Confessions were extracted under torture by Pope Clement V. Oh, shit. Under political pressure, issued pastorales, 1307, ordered arrest. Later, Vox in Cecil in 1312 dissolved an order at the Council of Vienne. The last Grand Master, Jacques de Molay, was burned at the stake in Paris on March 18th, 1314, reporting crusade, cursing the Pope, and died. Both died within a year.
He cursed the Pope? Wow.
Pope and the King died in the same year. Okay. His veneration at the centuries, 2001, historian Barbara Frail discovered the Chinon parchment in the Vatican archives. 1308 document says Pope Clement had secretly absolved the Templars of major charges. After private inquiry, the Vatican releases it publicly in 2007, marking 700 years after the arrest, affirmation that orders, innocence, and the confession were coerced. The Templars were never formally dissolved, but suppressed. Their assets went to Knights Hospitaller, successors of Portugal's Order of Christ, carrying on their legacy modern groups such as Templari Oggi, OGGI, founded in 2021 as a lay association of the faithful, revived the spirit without claiming direct lineage, focusing on charity, pilgrimage aid, and spiritual defense. What happened in September of this year, the return builds on earlier Jubilee year momentum.
Which means what exactly?
Okay, May 25th, Prelude. During 2025 Holy Year Jubilee, over 700 Templari Oggi members from 15 countries entered St. Peter's Basilica the first time from the Holy Doors in the pilgrimage honor of Shroud of Turin, a relic they historically venerated, and signed an agreement with the Vatican's discovery of hold on. Oh, shit.
Russian.
Evangelization to assist pilgrims at Rome's major basilicas, St. Peter, St. Mary, Major, St. John, Lateran, and St. Paul outside the walls. September 2025 ceremony, videos and reports that the grand procession at St. Peter's with Templars in full regalia welcomed by the church officials. Templars International described it as a rising alliance between traditionalist Catholics and chivalric orders amid escalating global tension, culture collapse, and the call for spiritual order. It frames as a message of resilience to Christianity's foes. We remember our warriors, the faithful, the church Israel, the elites. You're not the only power. So social media erupt with a viral post garnering millions of views, blending awe, means, and speculation about the Christian revival, or even the clashes of civilizations.
Okay, so put a pause on that for 1 second. So basically what you're reading here is them stating that they're going to war with the global elites, saying that you're not the only power. Okay, so from what we were to understand initially, the Vatican, all these secret societies, the 13 families, Israel, China, and many others got together and decided on this New World Order plan. China jumped ship about, 15 years ago, allegedly?
Yeah.
Israel has kind of been lone wolfing it, just pretty much telling everybody to fuck off and we're going to do what we want kind of thing. At least that's how it seems.
Yeah.
The United States, who was kind of the strong arm of the New World Order agenda, seems to be shifting, at least trying to, away from that dynamic.
Yeah.
Russia has long since been off that dynamic and is anti-globalist. And now you're telling me the Vatican is in opposition to it as well?
It sounds like it, yeah.
Or are they standing against Israel? Or are they standing against the United States? Or are they standing against the globalists as a whole, because it's interesting that they said the globalists or the elites.
Well, here's more.
Okay, expound on it.
Symbolism and broader implications. This isn't a full resurrection of the men of war, but a symbolic homecoming timed with the Jubilee's theme of mercy and renewal. Pope Francis had emphasized patient services, e.g., praising the Swiss Guard, and the events align with the surge of traditionalist movement, nationalism movement, anti-secularism, and interfaith chivalristic networks. Critics see it as nostalgic theater. Supporters view it as a bulwark against modernity's collapse. In essence, after 7 centuries in the shadows, the Templars' Red Cross flies again over the Vatican, not as conquerors, but guardians reborn. If history rhymes, this could signal deeper shifts in the church's role on the world stage.
Yeah, I would say that definitely shifts the dynamic there. I mean, because the Vatican's pretty much its own jurisdiction.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have a standing army per se, but it would seem like they're maybe trying to rebuild. Question is, to what end? Are they going to go to form their own military and go to war with the globalists?
Well, from what I've been looking at within the last 2 weeks, I've been following the Scottish Order, the Irish and Scottish Order of the Templar.
Okay.
And man, it is I don't want to put any
you don't want to make assumptions?
Yeah. Because I don't want to have they comment on this video later on, telling me, "Oh, you ho 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 bo bo."
Honestly, I think it's funny that the trolls are back. It shows that we're gaining relevance again. We've been back for a few months now, and already we're starting to get the trolls coming after us again. Trolls don't go after nobodies. They go after people who have something to say and whose words mean something.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they wouldn't.
I agree there. I agree there because the thing is, they're going after people who are, like us. We've been at this for almost. I would say
up in 2009.
Yeah.
And during my hiatus from 2020 to 6 months ago.
Well,
it's been quite on the channel.
I didn't start till November of 2011.
Yeah, but if you want confirmation that the trolls don't pay attention to irrelevant people, when this channel was quiet, so were the trolls. When we weren't posting anything new, and you were all doing your own thing, and I was dealing with life, there were no trolls. Occasionally, YouTube would flag a video and take it down, or we'd get an occasional comment on something, but the trolls themselves were gone. But now that we're back, here they come. Like fucking clockwork.
I would get during that hiatus, I would get some trolls here and there now and then, but I would also get comment bots.
Yeah.
Where if you click on the link, that link, whoever created it would have control of your channel and your videos.
Yep. Yeah, that's nothing new. I lost a few of my other channels in the past and lost all my old music and whatnot. Wish I knew somebody who had all my old music, the stuff that I produced back in the day, but it's what it is. Live, learn, buy better diapers, I guess. But getting back to the topic of the Templars, how long ago did they reappear? What was the exact date? Do we know?
Sometime in September.
Sometime in September. Well, I was thinking it was kind of interesting that you brought this up now, because with that Latter-day Saint church shooting that happened this past Sunday, not many people publicly know this, but the president of the church, the current prophet of the church, passed away the day before.
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was waiting to see an official declaration, to see what the church and their response would be to this shooting. But I hadn't heard anything as of yet. But the only thing that I did hear was that the current president of the church had passed away. In fact, let me see if I can find that article, because I think it's very interesting that the two events seem to be coinciding. As well as even with possibly the Charlie Kirk shooting.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that that any of these are in any way related, but I am remarking at the convenient timing of it all. Yes. Here's the article. President Russell M. Nelson returns home to his Heavenly Father on Saturday, September 27, 2025. President Russell M. Nelson, beloved prophet of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and a pioneering heart surgeon, passed away.
Damn.
It doesn't give any, this article here does not give any details as to the circumstances of his passing, just that he passed. And I'm not seeing anything more on that. But again, I found it to be very interesting, the timing, the Knights Templar returns, the Church of Jesus Christ the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints loses its prophet, and
20 years ago,
gets shot up and burnt to the ground.
20 years ago, I went to Utah, Salt Lake City 20 years ago, and went to the very first church built by the Mormons in Utah.
Yeah?
Yeah. First church built in Utah. Then I seen the big old church, man. Like, holy crap!
Oh, you're talking about the Salt Lake Temple?
Yeah, I think it's massive, man. Freaking massive. Lizzie, no.
I'm trying to see if there's been any more update on that shooter.
The the shooter's a former Marine.
Yes, I do know that.
And somehow he hated Mormons. He fucking burnt that church down.
Yeah. I mean, he drove his truck right into it.
Two died, and was it 8 injured? 8 injured?
Yeah. There were probably more who died. About a Michigan shooter. Okay, one day ago. Officials have not yet named a motive for the shooter or the names of the 4 people killed. So there were 4 people, apart from himself, who died in this shooting. But we do not yet have a motive.
Wondering, no.
I was kind of wondering, maybe is he a former member of the church or what the deal was like? Because apparently he lived in the next town over. Why that particular church?
Yeah. But Templar been popping up on fucking
TikTok, you said.
TikTok and
okay, well, what have they been saying on
they've been talking about they've been talking about current events recently about Charlie Kirk's passing, assassination, and then a complete radicalized madness, man, and shit.
They're propagating radicalization.
No, it's well, this was filmed at the Mary Magdalene Church.
Okay.
And I'm following 3 of their channels on TikTok. Okay. And medieval shit though, but nice. I mean, shit, man. I mean, after 700 years, you mean after 720 years? Not just 700 years. I mean, we're talking about 2025.
Yeah,
that's 120. That's 720 years ago. When they were dissolved temporarily, but not fully.
Yeah.
You see them in you would see them in so I mean games like Assassin's Creed, the first 6 games and shit.
Yeah.
And it's like how the story was told is that since the Crusades, the Templars are vying for power and looking for the Apple of Eden. But the game, but not real life though. But if that was the case during that time, what's Apple of Eden? Hidden knowledge, right? Hidden knowledge.
Yeah.
And you have entities like the CIA, Mossad, MI6, trying to hide this kind of shit from prying eyes. Well, there are no prying eyes. They're just curious minds, man. Curious minds.
Yeah.
I don't think the Templars were that evil, honestly. I think it was meant out. I think they were meant out to look evil.
Yeah. Like you said, they owed the king money, so the king wanted to dissolve his debt as easily and cost effectively as possible.
Yeah. But I think they were just, following Mary Magdalene, protect her legacy and shit, with Sarah.
Protecting her remains.
And her daughter Sarah.
Yeah. You're kind of going down Da Vinci Code right there.
Yeah.
But
I think it's kind of sad that the Catholic Church trying to say Jesus did not get married. He didn't get, like, dude.
Well, they imply Christianity implies that him getting married and procreating with Mary Magdalene would have been a sin. I fail to see how that would be so, because marriage was ordained of God, and one of the first commandments from God to man was be fruitful and multiply.
Yeah.
So how could that in any wise be a sin? Now, I'm not trying to usher in a theological debate. Believe whatever the hell you want. I really don't care in that regard. But I personally don't think that it would really be a sin if Jesus Christ did get married and have a family. Ain't that enough? My cat's messing with my green screen.
Now, if the heirs and the descendants of Jesus and Mary are alive, now, is it possible for a descendant to be divine? Carry on the bloodline?
I mean, carrying on the bloodline for sure. Again, you're getting into Da Vinci Code theory here. I mean, I don't know how much of this is substantiated or can in any wise be substantiated. But if there are descendants, if my research proves me correct, aren't the elites, at least as far as they are concerned, believe that they are descendants of that bloodline?
They can think it, but there has to be evidence and proof that they cannot back up by word.
Well, I mean, they could test the DNA on the Shroud of Turin, or even the DNA that they found in that catacomb under Calvary, under the mountain of Calvary, when they found samples of his blood. They could cross-reference that, perhaps, at which point we're never going to know, because these people are Satanists and they don't want people to have any sort of definitive proof that Jesus Christ existed, let alone the fact that his blood may have in fact contained divine properties. Because apparently they found it and it was still alive and it only had one set of chromosomes from the mother.
Yeah.
Now, they can neither confirm or deny this, because if they do and they cross-reference their DNA with that DNA, they would be forced to admit that Jesus Christ existed and had a very unique DNA, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
So the elites aren't going to come out with that information.
No, because if they turn out to be, again, like liars and shit, and they want to claim, but they're not descendants, it's all about fooling the world. It's about distracting the population of the world. But the thing is, if there is a descendants, that information would be completely shut out from the elites that want to claim descendancy, which they're not.
Yeah.
They're not.
Well, I mean, in theory, they may not have been directly tied to it, but, maybe they could have figured out who the bloodline was and married into that bloodline. And therefore, their descendants would be part of that unique bloodline. Like, say, I met somebody who had divine bloodline. I married them and had kids with them. My children would have that divine bloodline.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
No.
But my children would. So who's to say down the line, centuries ago, that if the bloodline does exist, that it wasn't tracked down? I mean, again, I don't know that descendants would carry those divine properties or any sort of supernatural abilities.
Well,
but definitely be a major fucking ego boost to anybody who had that bloodline. It's like, oh, I'm a descendant of Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Well, not just that. If they find anybody who is a descendant, what happened there? They would want to kill them off because
no, they'd want to marry into it. They'd want to marry into it and ensure that their line was then tied to that.
It would be out of power and greed, though, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it would make more sense for them to have married into the bloodline rather than extinguish it.
And also not that though, but to
at the very least, that's a very powerful bargaining chip, for lack of a better term. That's a badge on your sleeve right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so you don't want to wipe out that bloodline. That's just like, you want that under your thumb. You want that in some way under your control.
Because if you ain't got control of that, someone else will.
Yeah, well, I mean, you figure, you hear all these legends of things like Adolf Hitler having the Spear of Destiny and his power increases tenfold, blah, blah, blah.
Which it wouldn't, because it's just
well,
it would be all hullabaloo, but the thing is, it'll be a museum piece to look like it, to hide the true evidence of that bloodline.
Yeah, but again, it was it was said to give its possessor divine power of sorts. So naturally, people of power would covet something like that and want to be in possession of something like that, even if it didn't have any sort of supernatural ability to it. Just the fact of owning the Spear of Osiris, or what are some other good relics? The Shroud of Turin, or the Ark of the Covenant, or even the Holy Grail.
Thor's hammer.
Whether it be an actual cup or a woman's chalice, so to speak. I personally think it would be a cup, because That's what they attribute it to. The cup that was used during the Last Supper. That's what they call the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
It may not have any supernatural significance other than just being a relic from a very important piece of history. It'd be a very important piece of history right there. The cup from the Last Supper. Who wouldn't want that in their collection? Who wouldn't want these amazing historical relics and pieces of history in their collection, so to speak? That would be just astronomically amazing. Just for the collector's value of it alone. Forget any supernatural attributes that may accompany such an item. Just the fact of, well, I have this thing in my possession. Like, maybe King Tut's sarcophagus. Like, what the hell you got to do with it? Like, who cares? I own it.
I think either the idea of marrying a bloodline or from because the information could be can be astronomical.
Oh yeah,
and very
yeah, but to allow something like that to get out, providing definitive proof of the existence of God or even Jesus Christ's divine nature. There are a lot of people who would not want that getting out.
No.
And would safeguard that like a motherfucker just for the sake of saying, okay, we do not want it getting out.
They would probably just kill the bloodline altogether from getting out.
And that is a possibility, though. Again, I doubt it. I think they probably marry into it and merge with the bloodline as best they could. So they had that line under control. I mean, they might kill the descendants off at that point, killing everybody else, but keep their children alive per se. I don't think they. I think they, they probably did both. They probably had children with the descendants and perhaps killed the descendants off, leaving only their bloodline to.
I watched this one movie one time, and it was kind of like really interesting.
Okay.
This woman looked young. She was young. She was born in the late 1800s, mid late 1800s, and no, what was it? Late 1800s. Try to remember, but she still looked young. She still looked young, and she had was it two kids, and she got pulled over one time by a cop, and she showed him her license. It says here you're born in 1800, 1900, whatever. She goes, yeah. Do you mind come down to stay with me? Now the one thing right there that bugged me is that if there's a way to live, right, to where you look young, but you're born in the late 1800s, say 1890s, something, whatever, and you're still young, but you're over 60, right? Whatever it is.
Yeah.
And your kids could look like they could be your siblings and shit, right?
Yeah.
Now, if that ever actually happened, I tell you what, they would want to find this woman, lock her up for life,
and replicate her DNA.
Yeah.
Or at least or at the very least, try to make their offspring beneficiaries of it.
Yeah.
By, breeding with her.
And want to learn the secret on how the woman can live this long, but yet stay this young, like, why is it anybody's business? It's like,
it's like the story of Lilith. Lilith, who was said to be the original wife of Adam before Eve was created.
Yeah.
And voluntarily left the garden and basically told Adam and God to go fuck themselves. She is alleged to still be alive because she didn't eat the forbidden fruit and therefore was not privy to the person's death coming upon man upon that action because she was not a partaker of it. And she is not a descendant of anybody of that.
Oh.
So she's kind of an independent variable. She's kind of like the Neo of Jewish lore. The variable that you just can't round out in that regard. And she is alleged to still be alive to this day. Now, there's a lot of speculation as to her part, if any, in the biblical story after her departure from Eden. But again, it's one of those things speculated that if she did exist, she could very well still be alive today. Who wouldn't want to replicate, get their hands on her and experiment on her blood?
I was talking to Zero one time about this. It was about a horror movie because how many horror movies were based on religion?
Oh wow!
You have the Exorcist, yeah, the Omen, Romero's Baby, and shit like that. I said, and this, I go. What if they made the most controversial horror movie pertaining around Jesus, right? And this would be a what if horror movie, right? A what if that Mary was pregnant by not just God, but Satan himself too. At the same time. And they were twins, but they were an opposite of the same coin. One good, one evil, one son of God, one son of Satan. One gave his life for us. Other one lives on through the centuries and shit.
Dude, you just freaking blew my fucking brain up. Think about it. You're supposed to have this Antichrist come into power, right?
Yeah.
Take that back to the whole idea of bloodline continuing.
Yeah.
Now, they say in movies like The Omen and whatnot, and they say that media, that they at least like to tell you what they're doing through media. And in The Omen, it was Satan had impregnated a woman.
Rosemary.
Yeah.
That movie right there, Mia Farrow.
Yeah.
Oh man.
They have some sayings, where they say that the child was born of a goat or something like that, but there were also other renditions and states that
she said
had sex with
Mia
a mortal
Farrow.
woman. Now, what if that woman was a descendant of the Christ bloodline?
Yeah. Oh,
There's
shit.
your Antichrist.
Yeah. Mia Farrow, when she did the movie, she said that movie scarred her for years. It scarred her for years.
Yeah.
And
well, I mean, to be a part of something like that is very intense. I mean, you're talking about a movie centered around the son of the devil, the Antichrist. To be able to partake in something like that is intense. I mean, you look at movies like Poltergeist, the original trilogy.
Oh, yeah.
Allegedly, and a lot of those, I'm not sure if it was the first or the second one. I think it was the second one that they actually used human remains,
that would be the
actual
first
human
film.
skeletons as props.
I believe that would be the first film.
Was it the first film?
Yeah.
I don't know. I heard it was the second one, but I guess there was a lot of things that happened in regards to those movies.
Oh, yeah.
Like the whole franchise was cursed. And just last,
you got
what's a really lasting impact?
You have the exorcism of Emily Rose, which was based on the
actual event.
Exorcism of that girl, Elise. What's her name? Elise something or other. It was in 73, 74.
Yeah, it was based on that, on an actual exorcism case.
Her parents and a Catholic priest got charged with her death.
Yeah. And just, but getting back to the Templars, we kind of went off on an interesting tangent there, and I like where this is going, but we should get back to the Templar aspect of things and wrap it up. Where do you think this whole thing is going to go with the Templars? Based on what you've seen, what is this? What does the return of the Templars mean for the rest of the world? And where is this going to lead, do you think?
I think it may lead to something. I think something within I'll say I give it 5 years until we know what happens.
Okay.
I don't want to give up a certain date or whatever. I'm just probably see it within
just a ballpark.
Years. Yeah, ballpark. Yeah. I think with the return, I think there's a pickup where they left off before their fall, temporary fall.
Okay.
Because I think that with what's going on right now, I would say within 78 and now, there's been a lot of controversies from 78 on the day, with the laws, I think we might see events that would be repeating itself. Where and when and how, I cannot say. But it'll probably be like Operation Gladio.
Yeah.
I think it's to pick up where what happened with the Italian Illuminati left off because within the 12, 13 years, there was events that happened. It had to do with the Vatican, the mob, and the banking clan.
You're talking about the Rothschild banking clan.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think by them coming back,
you think they might try to wrestle power away from the Rothschilds in terms of the banking?
Yeah. If they pick up where they left off 700 years ago, before the fall, I tell you what, the Rothschilds would have a huge run for their money.
Yeah.
That means,
especially with how much resources that the Vatican has.
Yeah.
Definitely complicates things, makes things interesting. I'm not even sure how to take that. This is epic, dude. For real, dude. That you made for a great broadcast tonight, because this is going to be something that's really going to leave a lot of people thinking after they watch this. Like, holy shit, is there going to be a new monetary system coming into play? Because you already have the petrodollar. What was the competing dollar? We talked about this before.
That would be the dinar.
Is it the dinar? There's another banking.
If Gaddafi was still alive, and
like you have the Rothschild Central Bank, and then you have a competing bank. What is the competing bank? I know that
the BRICS. The BRICS.
Yes, thank you. You have two competing banking systems in existence: BRICS and the Rothschild Central Banks, in conjunction with J.P. Morgan. You're talking about the introduction of a third competing banking system. That's huge, especially in the midst
of
what's happening right now.
14 countries have joined BRICS in total, including Mexico.
Yeah.
And the Philippines, too.
Yeah.
If more countries join the BRICS, dude,
the Rothschilds are done.
Yeah, they're done.
Yeah, they're already getting a run for their money with BRICS, but the
Brazil,
of a third monetary system,
China, South Africa started this shit.
Yeah, would you figure the introduction of a new banking system to compete with the existing banking systems when they were already trying to implement a one world currency? Dude, you just threw a fucking monkey wrench in the works the size of the Grand fucking Canyon.
Yeah.
You basically just shoved the Empire State Building up somebody's ass.
Yeah.
That is the equivalent of how huge and how big of an impact this has.
Now,
if what you are saying is true, I can't say what the outcome is going to be. That's just mind-boggling.
I don't honestly. I don't think anybody will know how it would play out. Because if the Templars pick up where they left off nearly 800 years ago, and they would pretty much bank rape the Rothschild family into
especially with how much power and influence and monetary resources the Vatican has. Weren't they consolidating a lot of treasure over the course of several centuries?
Yeah,
not just artifacts, but
most of it,
a great deal of monetary wealth, gold, silver, copper,
all that wealth was stolen from the Templars.
Yeah, the Templars had a lot, but even the Vatican itself had a lot.
Everything they have now, all the wealth, all the artifacts and shit, they stole from the Knight Templar.
Okay, so the Vatican had nothing until they robbed the Templars blind.
Yeah.
I thought they had resources and whatnot under their belt prior to the fact.
They wanted more control.
Well, naturally, but absolute power corrupts absolutely. And what do people with power want? More power. Okay, so yeah, we get that. That's kind of an oxymoron. But I was always under the assumption that the Vatican always had a great deal of artifacts and wealth within its possession, and just what they stole from the Templars just added to that.
You know what would be funny and shocking?
Shoot.
If the Templars took over the Vatican Bank,
that might be what the plan is.
And
one resurrected a 700-year dead banking
and sent them out.
Yeah,
I think this return. Look, this is coming from me, guys. What if the return was planned at a certain time and day, month, and year, right? And the return wasn't just in return. It was a revenge return from the shadows, that all the pieces were being put in place during that time.
So you're suggesting that the Knights Templar remained active in secret, and then got the Vatican to reinstitute them, and at which point all hell's going to break loose in a civil discourse.
Yeah.
That is a possibility too. And there are so many angles to this, it's astronomical. Like when you first brought this topic up, when you first brought this topic up, I'm like, okay, where is he going with this? I'm just going to kind of give him the floor and let him run with it. But just what you presented here is world changing. In the context that you have presented and the scenarios you suggest, turn this whole world up on its head. Every single one of these different ideas, no matter which way you go, can turn this whole fucking world and the New World Order agenda upside down and inside out. Now,
it would be flip on their head.
Say again? You know?
It would be flipped on their head.
Yeah. Everything
because
would
the thing is, when you start thinking about it, the Templars were not bad guys, as they were put in the game Assassin's Creed. They were bad guys. The Vatican Church and King Colin V, who were in debt. Like, the Templars were soldiers. They were bankers. They were they were everything all in one group where they mastered banking.
History is written by those who have hanged the victors, right?
Yeah.
Or no, history is written by those who have hanged heroes. Sorry.
Yeah.
I misquoted that.
But I've always liked the Templars. I've always wanted to be one, honestly.
Gotta be a Catholic first.
Yeah. I mean,
but I can see the fascination of the lore.
Yeah, it is. I just find it very unique in a way that they came back.
Yeah.
20 years ago. But I would say it marks 100, or was it 720 years ago? 20 years ago that they fell. But just because they're gone, they fell, do not mean they were gone.
Yeah.
They were just regrouping over time.
Yeah, just because
these guys ain't stupid. They know who their enemies were and who wanted them gone and dead and extinct. They're not stupid.
Yeah, they would have definitely had say provisions in place for sure. And it's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out.
These guys put the Rothschild family to shame.
Yeah. And it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out now that they're back. Now, the Rothschilds are probably just going to be sitting there and shitting themselves going, holy fuck. The big dogs are back. So, but it's definitely safe to say that the Vatican is defecting from the New World Order globalist agenda. What this means, oh no.
Well, we do have an American as we do have an American as the Pope.
We do. Yeah. A lot of interesting things are happening. I don't know how much more we can really add to this. I mean, I would say to our listeners and viewers, keep the conversation going in the comments section, and maybe if we go down this rabbit hole deep enough, we'll get some definitive answers. But as of right now, I'm just completely dumbfounded, to be honest with you. I'm so in awe of this whole thing that I don't even know where to go from this. So I think we could just go ahead and call it, man. Like, thank you, Revan. Wish Connor could have been here, but
I think I
got hooked up on that.
I too would love to have him here. Honestly, I too would love to have him on here too. On this, I think
because we can definitely revisit this topic, because I would definitely love to get his input on this. But it was kind of my fuck up today. We had a completely different topic planned, but I wound up having to go into work on my day off. That's kind of part of the course when your job requires you to be on call 24/7.
Oh yeah,
but
I remember. Was it shit? I was 21. Look, I know what job I worked at 21 years old. Okay. I worked at Toys R Us as a seasonal job, and for 2 weeks straight, I worked from 5 p.m. to 3 a.m. for 2 straight weeks. Now, there's this little bastard at Starbucks. I got work at Starbucks. Motherfucker, I worked more than 8 hours at Toys R Us from 5 p.m. to 3 a.m. So suck these nuts, man.
Yeah, that is a big problem. That's kind of an off side topic, but I will not argue the point. I was actually having the same conversation with a coworker of mine today, because we've had a lot of people come and go that just don't want to work. It's just kind of an observation. Won't say where I work or what I do, any of that, but if you know, and I've said it before. Just alluded a bit. Fire mitigation. Won't say anything more than that, but people come in to this, and it's a lot. It's relatively simple gig.
My son, when he worked security, here in Fresno, he loved his job.
Yeah, I mean, jobs like that are easy. Like 99% of the job, if you just show up. But most people don't even want to do that. It's like, oh, you got to walk around a big building for 8 hours a day. Oh, it's so hard.
My son
worked. Like, motherfucker, go work in a fucking factory.
Yeah.
Where it's 110 degrees and they don't have air conditioning because it'll fuck up the parts. Because they're using paint.
My son worked security at 2 locations at In-N-Out Burger. And he loved his job. He loved the people there.
Yeah.
They treated him good. They treated him good. And he goes, Dad, I wish I would have stayed. You know, but he ended up going from security to pharmacy tech and stuff. And
yeah.
The one problem he had was some dumb broad that worked at the pharmacy at CVS. Real cunt, you know. And I didn't blame him for leaving, but the thing is, like, you have to grin and bear it, do your job, and only worry about doing your job. Don't worry about them, do your job. You know? I mean, plus, Starbucks, I've been to a couple Starbucks. The job is easy fucking peasy, man.
Yeah, I mean, I can make agreements for some people where, you know, customers can be dicks, okay? Customer service can be a very strenuous job because people are assholes. I can see we're dealing with assholes for 8 hours a day would be a problem. But being just the job of a barista in general is not hard. Dealing with people, yeah, that tends to complicate things.
All you gotta do is not cry like a little bitch. Do your fucking job. Work your 8 hours will be like that, man.
Well, I'm not so much be worried about crying about it as much as the motherfucker get pissed off at an unruly customer and just dumping hot coffee on their fucking head. It's like, okay. He's like, I gotta resist the urge to dump this scalding hot coffee on your skull and melt your flesh off. You know, I can kind of understand where people would be a little bit hesitant to work in customer service. It's not a good gig. My first 2 jobs, my first job, Kmart, seasonal. You deal with customers on a Black Friday as your first job, you never want to work customer service again. My second job, I worked as a cashier at Taco Bell. And I had this lady come in, never seen her before in my life, go, I'll have my usual. I just started working here. I don't know you, and I don't know what your usual is. It's like they expect you to fucking know. What is that? Nice.
You had me at, well, make it look like an accident.
Yeah. Yep.
Shit.
But yeah, I having worked in customer service, I can understand where you don't want to work around people because people are assholes. That's why anytime I go to Walmart or I go get fast food or something, I always try to be super nice to them because they can get hit with a lot of fucking bullshit.
Well, I like this. If you don't like it, if the person is annoying you, ask for a change of shift, different time shift. You know, whatever. They'll do that. You know, like shit.
Not really. You've never worked in a fast food chain, have you?
Close. Ah, you little shit. Ah, watch the claws. Ah, fucking hey, dude.
Yeah, I got you. Like some places, they're not very flexible.
This is Bootsy here. I gave him a bath earlier today. Huh? You still mad at me, you little shit? Huh? You still mad at me for giving you a bath?
Yeah.
He mellowed out after a bit. Well, I'll give him a bath. Yeah. He mellowed out a little bit. Huh? Huh? You little bastard.
I used to have a Sphinx, and you have to bathe them once a week. And she hated it. Like, she did not like getting baths at all. And
I was telling my mom about you're making a cover copy of your cat, getting it stuffed and shit. Through a company. I go, they don't take your I go, Mom, they don't actually take your pet and stuff them. No,
this isn't taxidermy.
You hand them a picture of your cat or your dog or a pygmy queef, and they'll go by the color of the fur.
Yeah, they'll make a doll of it.
Yeah, and she goes, yeah. I don't know. I said, because my mom, she had a English Bull Terrier, fat little bastard, but kind of funny though, very very friendly. And she goes, I don't think I would want to see him again like that because my mom gets attached to animals.
Yeah.
Very very attached.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna have something like that done, you want to be very careful about who you go through. I can't remember the freaking name of the company that did mine, but it was a private person, and I'll look it up real quick. But I initially went through a company called Petsy's. And they completely botched it. Like, I will say this, this is completely off topic. This is just kind of a random thing. But don't ever go through Petsy's or Cuddle Clones. They will fuck it up so bad, dude. I words cannot describe the abomination that they sent me.
Yeah.
In regards to what they made. I'm trying to find this person's information. Yummy. Trying to find them. I cannot find it. Oh, there it is. The company that I went through, Felted Dolls. And they made a replica of my Sphinx cat look just like her. I had a Sphinx cat. She wound up staying with my ex because it was a gift. It was supposed to be a housewarming gift, and things just didn't pan out. The cat wound up staying with her, and I had that made in memory of the cat because I had grown really attached to the cat. Just the circumstances surrounding everything just were really messed up. I'm not going to go into details, but Felted Dolls did a really great job. Like I said, I initially went through Petsy's, and they just completely botched it. And then I went through Felted Dolls, and it was like almost an exact replica of this pet. So, like, if you want something like that made for a pet that you might have lost for whatever reason,
Yeah.
I would suggest Felted Dolls over Betsy's. You know, seriously, fuck you, Betsy's. Fuck you and the damn boat that brought you over. You fucking crazy shit. Fucking Walmart plush towels were better quality than what Petsy charged me, and it was like $400 fucking bucks.
Shit.
Yeah, 400 something bucks for something that was piss poor quality, less in terms of quality. Like Walmart stuffed animals had more quality than what I received. A $20 Walmart stuffed animal was better quality than the $400 piece of crap that Petsy sent me. So fuck Betsy's.
Yeah, my mom goes. She doesn't think she can handle doing that. You know.
Well, I'll bring it back. I'll actually show the audience this thing. Great. So I'm back. Second. Okay, show you guys first what the cat actually looked like. Bugger was a fucking sweetheart. Her name was Tuna. That was Tuna. And this was the replica that was made for me. Like I said, looked just like her.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, looked like a real cat. I mean, they did a really good job. It took several months, but looked just like my Tuna. Looked just like my Tuna.
So they do it to have her just sit there, right? But
like you send them pictures. Like I haven't had the cat. The cat stayed with the woman I was involved with, and I had this made based off the pictures that I had, and you know it turned out pretty good.
Now, can they make them, or it could do like a position how they sit?
Yeah. You can have them laying down, standing up. You have to specify the details. You will specify details regarding the make and position. You know how you want the head turned. All of that. But it's a private company. It's just kind of a little mom and pop thing.
Oh, nice.
I believe they're out of Russia or somewhere within that region. Definitely Slavic. Really nice people will work with you. And
here's one thing that people don't know. Okay. Not every people from places like Russia or Georgia or Ukraine or Belarus or Slavic countries, like, you know, they're not bad people.
Oh no, absolutely not.
There's some good people that don't want any bullshit, as long as they'll respect you if you respect them in return. You know,
oh, yeah.
There's some that
people from those regions are very traditional, and have very strong moral Christian values. Like they're very big into that. Occasionally, you're going to meet some assholes, but that's regardless of where you go. But for the most part, they're just like anybody else. They're just people. It's like I said about the fucking Democrats. A lot of people want to point the finger and say, the Democrats are all being radicalized. Yeah, there are some radicalized Democrats out there, but that's not the majority.
No.
That does not represent the majority. We're being led to believe that some groups of people are bad. Just like we have to get back to that mindset, like it was after 9/11. Just because they're Muslim doesn't mean they're terrorists. Just because they're from a Slavic country doesn't mean they're bad people. Just because just because you meet somebody that's a Republican doesn't mean that they're a racist or a Nazi.
Yeah.
Just because you meet somebody who is a Democrat doesn't mean that they're Antifa or somebody who's going to shoot up a school or something like that. Okay.
I did video this morning. I did video this morning. Titled,
just because you see somebody in a trench coat doesn't mean they're part of the trench coat mafia that shot up Columbine. I
did a video this morning. I said, the only side I'm on is the side of the living.
Yeah.
Okay. And the reason why I said that is not all Palestinians are bad people. Okay.
No. And not all Jews are bad people.
Now, when you look at people like Netanyahu, who's half Polish, half Jewish, okay?
Yeah.
And the true OG Jews and Palestinians, for thousands of years, they lived neighborly. They got along.
Yeah, they got along great with the Muslims. The Muslims took them in after the Crusades.
And what made it worse was the creation of the Jewish state.
Yeah.
It made it worse because it was created by a bunch of gangsters, Jewish gangsters.
Yeah.
And also in the back door, back room deal thing, and also other elites.
Yeah.
Why? Because they wanted to create this fake return of the Jews and shit. Well,
they want to kickstart the end of days. They want to play out the book of Revelations and biblical prophecy. They're using biblical prophecy as stepping stone for their own agenda. Some say they're trying to bring about the second coming of Jesus Christ in order to kill him. Some say they're trying to bring about the Jewish Messiah, who many believe is the Antichrist. Okay?
157 countries recognize Palestine.
Yeah.
Out of what, 190?
Give or take, yeah.
And this was during the UN.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
and then you had the UN pretty much walk out on Netanyahu during his speech.
And there were 12 or 13 countries that wanted a ceasefire, but whose hand was raised to say, us, a representative of ours?
Yeah.
We want to see a ceasefire. I want to see a ceasefire.
Yeah, these people definitely aren't representing us. They say no taxation without representation. Okay, where's our representation when the majority of Americans, both Republican and Democrat, are saying, pull the fuck out of Israel? Now, nothing against the Israeli state. They want to, if Israel wants to exist, so fucking be it. Yeah. They want to fucking conquer, so fucking be it. Don't drag us into it. We ain't your freaking daddy.
It has been confirmed. It has been confirmed that Netanyahu is funding Hamas. Greta Thunberg is being funded by Hamas.
Are you really surprised there?
No. Look,
like, here's the thing. If they want to have a Jewish state, let them have a Jewish state. If they want to conquer, fine. That's their business. And every nation that exists in the world today exists because somebody conquered somebody else.
Yeah.
That's just a fact of life, okay? Every nation was built on the backs and the blood of the defeated. That's just a historical fact.
I'm going to break the fourth wall.
Okay.
I support the living side of the Jews, the OG Jews. I support the living side of Palestinians.
Yeah.
Because I'm on the side of the living. I'm tired of people dying.
Yeah, I mean, who isn't tired of people dying? Well, I'm saying, if these people can't hang it up and learn to coexist and they want to blow each other off the map, we as the United States need to step out of it and be like, look,
yeah.
You want to fucking do your own thing? You want to say that you're the superior race and that Israel's the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be? Then get out of my piggy bank. Okay, go stand on your own 2 feet. Don't use me as a crutch.
I
don't care what the fuck you do. Don't do it on my shoulders.
There's an arrest warrant.
Go show the world you're a fucking badass.
Yeah.
Without fucking standing on my nuts to do it.
There's an arrest warrant for Benjamin Netanyahu.
In multiple countries, yeah.
If he enters any country, because they already said it, they will arrest him. They will arrest him.
And now you've got the Knights Templar coming back and being a part of the Vatican, who has now openly, as per your declaration, says that they are going to war with the globalists, who Israel is part of.
If the United States interferes with the arrest of Netanyahu, you have nearly 158 countries that will stand in the way of the United States of saying, hey, look, can't do this. Dumb fuck. There's a warrant for his arrest for crimes against humanity and war crimes.
Yeah. Just because you like the guy for whatever stupid reason doesn't make him exempt from international law.
No.
And they have every right to do that, regardless of whether they're our ally or not. And I'm not even opposed to being an ally with Israel and, having open trade and business with them.
Yeah.
But, if they want to go to war and they want to do all this shit, it's like, okay, you say you're the biggest, baddest motherfucker on earth. You're the best thing since sliced bread. Then go do it. Don't prove how big and bad you are. Go fucking don't stand on my neck to do it. Don't use my money to try to prove your worth. Stand on your own 2 feet like a big boy.
The one thing that Benjamin Netanyahu needs to understand, if you're threatening China,
that's stupid.
Let's tell this bastard what would happen.
He gets eat food.
China is a co-founder of BRICS. Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. Okay?
Yep.
If China is threatened, you have Russia that'll come in and back up China. So if I was Netanyahu, I would be shutting the fuck up right now.
At once.
And if I was Israel,
he's like Zelensky. He doesn't know when to shut the fuck up. He's like, okay, it's not a big deal. Hey, great, that's a big deal. Hey, you give me more cocaine now? No. Okay, how about nuclear weapon? No.
If I was Israel right now, I would tell Netanyahu, dude, do you know whose China ally is? It's Russia. I don't think we want 2 million soldiers on our fucking front door.
Well, here's the thing. They think that they got the UK and the United States in their back pocket. Okay? The UK is overrun with migrants, and all of their legit citizens are pissed the fuck off. Republicans and Democrats here in the West are saying, no more with this Israel crowd. No more Netanyahu.
Here's what I figured out.
Quit tongue punching Netanyahu's smart box.
Oh, yeah. The absolute reason why Trump wants the air base in Afghanistan is so Israel can put their planes at the air base so they can bomb China and start World War III.
Yeah, that's fucking stupid. Like I said, I've said this many, many times, and I'll say it till the day I die, probably. If Trump had a brain, he would leave NATO, he would tell Netanyahu and Zelensky to get fucked, and he would form an alliance with Russia.
Yeah.
You have the two superpowers at each other's throats, mom and pop at each other's throats, while the rest of the world, the kids, are running the fucking house.
Yeah.
Now, if mom and pop got on the same fucking page, formed an alliance, Russia and the United States, the two greatest superpowers and most armed superpowers, if the two of those motherfuckers got on the same page and said, okay, kids, mom and pop are back on the same page now.
Yeah.
Y'all get to your respective rooms and mind your P's and Q's, or we got a belt for your ass.
But
I guarantee
you have
if that alliance formed, the rest of the world's going to shut the fuck up real quick.
You have the president of Afghanistan saying to Trump, you can try to come and get it. You can try to come and get it, but it ain't going to happen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got the two biggest superpowers in the two countries with the most nuclear weapons at each other's throats. Whereas if they have an alliance, nobody else can get away with anything. If you had these two superpowers on the same page,
if
nobody else.
I see it like this. I see the president of Afghanistan letting Russia or China use that air base as a base.
Oh, no doubt.
Because that would take away any chance of Israel coming to that location and prepare to bomb China. Well, here's the thing. Netanyahu, dude, you half Polish prick. You got a brain. Fucking use it, you snot-nosed bastard.
He doesn't care. I think he's. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I think the guy's got I think he's got a freaking martyr complex. I think he's got him just wanting to go suicide by cop, so to speak, for lack of a better term. Like I think he's got a death wish.
Netanyahu is this generation's Hitler. He's half Jewish, half Polish. Hitler's half Jewish, half Austrian.
Yeah. Sit there and say, "Oh,
reincarnation."
Yeah, don't quote that German guy. It's like, oh man, you don't want me to quote Einstein.
Would you say that Netanyahu is a reincarnation of Hitler? Pretty much.
Kinda. Yeah.
Netanyahu is the.
I mean, that's a hard conversation for me to even have. I'm like, I can see it, but I don't want to say it.
I did. Netanyahu is this generation's Hitler. Half Polish, half Jewish. Like Hitler, half Jewish, half Austrian.
Warmongering psychopaths.
Reincarnation. Israel's now the new Nazi Germany. I'll be here all day.
I got nothing for it, man. I can't refute this point. I can't even add to it. It's like you're hitting home runs left and right, brother.
And we become the new fascist Italy.
No argument there.
The United States have become this generation's fascist Italy, and Trump is now Mussolini.
There you go. He's not Hitler. He's Mussolini.
He's a capitalist Mussolini.
I got no argument for it. I got no argument.
With orange skin.
I got nothing for it, dude. I got nothing. You're leaving me speechless tonight, man. I'm just floored. Yeah. The plane has cleared the tower, pilot.
I think we gain about 1,000 more subs now.
Probably. It's like we just gave the Democrats a whole shit ton of ammunition against Trump. It's like Trump is Mussolini. Take that and run with it, Democrats. Trump is Mussolini. Oh fuck! I'm tired.
More of a capitalist Mussolini and shit, you know. Not bald, but orange skin. Before we go, make sure you spay or neuter your local neocon, rhino, progressive, liberal, and for free, we'll do a free neutering and spading of Marxist, communist, fascist, socialist, and maybe even a few bankers on the side for free.
I'll go get my scissors.
No, I would say more like kick the scissors in the teeth.
Redneck vasectomy. Put a cherry bomb in a Coke can and hold it up to your ear. Count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
In case no one was listening, we'll also throw in neutering and spading of Marxist, fascist, socialist, and communist for free.
Good night, everybody. Well, I think that's about as far as we can go. We went about a lot further than I thought we could.
Yeah.
But we're about an hour and 45 in. I think we've done pretty good tonight, man.
I think we pretty much covered it, man.
I think we did too. So, on behalf of Connor, thank you, Revan. Everybody who tuned in, thank you for watching. And for those of you out there, if you're watching this, this is Tin Man with the Resistance. If you are watching this and you made it this far,
and if you had made this far for free, you'll see two lesbians scissoring with the runs.
If you're watching this, you are the Resistance. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.